Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation. I am Subhalakshmi Rao from Ambika Prasad Research Foundation, India, and we are continuing our series on UGC NET examination for environmental science subject. And this is ninth part of Unit 3, Environmental Biology. Today we are going to discuss on population and its characteristics or attributes. Population. Organisms exist in the ecosystem as biotic components, and the basic structure of which is constituted by smaller units called population. And population is a group of interbreeding individuals of same species that occupy a particular space at a given time, and they form a gene pool. A population has characteristics that it shares with an organism as well as the characteristics that are its unique possession. And the population ecology, that is the study of population, aims to describe these attributes and the behavior of a group, um, not as a simple sum of separate attributes of a single individual organisms, but together to make up as a group. So, while an individual is born and dies and has age, it doesn't actually have natality, mortality rate, or age ratio, or sex ratio, or biotic potential, and different growth forms. So, these attributes are actually meaningful when we study about these at a group level. So, there are some general attributes that are exhibited by the population and the organisms that are found in the population. Like it has a definite structure and composition, which is constant for any moment of time but fluctuates with age. Um, and the population exhibits growth differentiation, division of labor, maintenance, death, etc. And the population has heredity and shows evolution, and it is integrated by both genetic and ecological factors that operate interdependent operate in interdependent mechanisms. And like the organism, the population is a unit that meets the impact of its environment. So, if we see a change in an individual, like death or birth, then there is the same impact to the population also. Now, some population attributes or characteristics are population density, natality, that is birth rate, mortality, death rate, survivorship curves, age ratio, sex ratio, population dispersion, population dispersal. We will study about differences between these two terms, and biotic potential, population growth rate, and growth form. First one is natality of population. Natality actually is the rate of production of new individuals of any organisms per unit time, gives us the absolute natality rate, or the number of individuals born per unit of time per unit of population gives us the specific natality rate, and both means natality, that is birth of new individuals in a population. In the human population, actually natality rate is better known as birth rate, and here are two terms uh, that are considered under natality. First one is maximum natality, or otherwise known as absolute natality or potential natality or physiological natality. It is actually the theoretical maximum production of new individuals under ideal conditions, that is when no external factors are included, or the mm, or pro, or there is or when no factors are exerting a limiting effect. So this gives us the maximum natality, and it is generally constant for a given population. And ecological natality, also known as realized natality, is the observed population birth rate, and it is the population increase under actual and existing specific conditions. And this is the amount of reproduction that actually occurs over a defined time interval, and it is not constant for a population but may vary with the size and composition of the population and the physical environment environmental conditions. Now here DNN gives the production of new individuals in the population, where the capital N is the total population or the reproductive part of the population, and small n represents new individuals in the population. Next one is DNN by DT, where it gives us the absolute natality rate, where T is time. So when we divide the product of differential product of um, total population and new individual population, um, and divide it by the time, we get the absolute natality rate. And dnn by ndt gives us the specific natality rate, that is natality rate per unit population. Next one, we are going to study about mortality of a population. Here, actually, mortality means death of individuals in the population, and mortality rate is equivalent to the death rate in human demography. Here also there are two categories, that is ecological or realized mortality, where there is a loss of individuals under a given environmental condition, and it is not constant because uh, under different environmental conditions we get different ecological mortality which varies with population. And next one is specific or potential mortality or minimum mortality. Here it is a theoretical minimum mortality which is constant for a population, and it represents loss of individuals under ideal conditions. That is, when we grow old, we die, and that is a natural condition. And this actually gives us the physiological longevity, um, which is greater than the average ecological longevity. And when we say divide birth rate by death rate and multiply with 100, we get the vital index. So we can say that a birth death ratio is called a vital index. Generally, specific mortality is expressed as percentage of the initial population dying within a given time, or as a percent of average population. So when we um, want to know about the survival rate, um, then we have to uh, know about the death rate. If we consider death rate as m, then the survival rate will be 1 minus m. Um, Next one is life tables. Life tables actually, as we know, mortality varies with age, and natality is also the same case. And so, when we want to picturize the mortality, survivorship of individuals within a population in a systematic way, uh, we have to think about a representation, and this representation is in the form of life tables. And life table is a reliable method for keeping track of births, deaths, reproductive output of a population, etc. And Raymond Pearl was the first one who introduced the life table into general biology, and the population data in the life table is generally expressed as a standard initial cohort of 1,000 and a schedule of survivorship probability where the survivorship at death is taken as 1. And there are basically two types of life tables, that is cohort life table and the static life table. The first one is cohort or fecundity or horizontal life table. Here actually we give importance mainly to the birth rate, or consider birth as a defining character in this table. A group born in the same time is called cohort, and the life table made from the data collected in this way is called a cohort life table. And for example, if you want to study a group of plant seedlings that germinated at the same time, this particular table will be helpful for this um, collection of data. And they can be also used to determine the age or mortality rate or survivorship or basic reproductive rate of a population. And here I have given a picture of a table where X represents the age in years, and LX is the number of people surviving to the exact X age, and DX, sorry, QX is the age specific mortality, that is the proportion of people who die between X and X plus 1 age. And EX gives us the life expectancy, and PX is the survival rate. Actually, it gives the proportion of remaining individuals that will still be alive at the end of the age interval, that is X. And TX is the sum of all individuals living in the age interval X plus all the future ages. And from this table actually we can understand the life expectancy, or the survival rate, or the mortality, or survivorship at any given age interval. Now the next one is static or vertical life table. Here actually um, we have to estimate the patterns of survival in wild population by recording the age at death of a large number of individuals. And this method differs from the cohort approach because in this table, the individuals in the sample are born at different times, but death will be the same age. And in this static life table, population is neither increasing nor decreasing. The population that is increasing or decreasing will have a skewed age distribution. So there are two assumptions for static or vertical life table. That is, the population has a stable age structure, and the proportion of individuals in each age class do not change from generation to generation, and the population size is nearly stationary. So if we come to think about why we have to study the life tables, what is the utility? It, it actually helps us to compare the survivorship patterns directly, and to find the age-specific mortality risk or life expectancy of a population. And we can also calculate the population growth rates through this life tables. And this is all from me today. Thank you.